We have these huge shirts on. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to talk about, guess, Cuba. Again, because I mean, it's Cuba. And specifically, I'm gonna talk about what cities to visit in Cuba and where to stay. Hotel versus a casa particular, which is like an Airbnb, somebody's home that you stay in. Just wanna make a video where I talk about my experience, what I chose, what worked best for me. So let's get right into it. So there's so many beautiful cities in Cuba. So it was so hard to narrow it down to 3, but we were only gonna be there for 1 week. So we had to only choose 3, and 3 was already a lot because not all the cities are close to each other, so it's a lot of traveling. So it was already a lot for 1 week, but we wanted to, because it was our first trip to Cuba and we don't know when we'll go back. I needed to fit in a few cities. The cities that we chose to go to. We chose to go to Havana. I definitely wanted to visit a beach. I know there was beaches near Havana that you can do day trips to, but we wanted to stay 1 night in a beach town. That's to kind of experience that beach life in Cuba. So we decided to go to Varadero. The third place was Trinidad. This final city, I came across it after doing so much research, and I decided to choose it because of how old it was. It's 500 years old and it's in that colonial Spanish style. Still has a lot of cobblestones, and if anyone knows me, I'm obsessed with freaking cobblestone streets. I am a sucker for that. Right now, guys, pause the video and go to Google, search Trinidad, Cuba, and you're gonna see the most gorgeous pictures. It just looks beautiful. It's like you're stepping back in time. So as soon as I saw those pictures, I was like, yeah, we're going there. That's the place we're going to. I need to go there. I recommend those 3 cities so much. They're so gorgeous and they each have so much to offer in different ways. Again, there's so many other cities to visit. We wanted to go to Viñales, Cienfuegos. We just didn't have enough time, but if you guys have a week, I highly recommend that you guys visit these 3 cities and try to spend at least a few days in each. How we did it was that first we flew into La Habana and we stayed there 2 nights, 3 days. From there, we went to Varadero. We stayed in Varadero 1 night, 2 days. From Varadero, we went to Trinidad. We also stayed there 2 nights, 3 days. And then from Trinidad, we went back to La Habana. We stayed 1 more night in La Habana and we flew out the day after. And it worked out pretty well for us. I mean, we were pretty tired. We barely slept, but I mean, if you're going to Cuba, you're not gonna sleep. So I'll tell you a little bit about each city. La Habana Vieja, of course, it's the capital of Cuba. There's so much to see and do there. I mean, you can easily just spend 1 week. La Habana is so beautiful. All the old cars and Malecón. It's wonderful. It's like a little bustling metropolis by the sea, and it's a special, special place. And then Varadero is a beach town, a freaking gorgeous beach town. It's so beautiful. It's so laid back and chill. And if you want to get that beachy vibe, just go there. Go there. And then Trinidad, like I said, the architecture is colonial style and it's so gorgeous. It's like taking a step back in time. It's in the mountains, but it's also by the ocean. It's like a 15-minute ride to the beach. We didn't end up going to the beach, but it's so gorgeous, like mountain beach. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know if I can do that. I think I might link this itinerary so you guys can see or have an overview of things that we wanted to see while we were there. So when you go to Cuba, you can decide to stay in either a hotel or what they call casa particular. Like I said earlier, it's somebody's home that you stay in. Luckily now, if you go the casa particular route, now it's so much easier than before. You can book your stay through Airbnb. Almost every person in Cuba that has a casa particular is posting it on the Airbnb website. If you go on Airbnb and type Cuba, the cities that you're going to, you're gonna see hundreds, especially in La Habana, hundreds of different homes. Immediately we knew that we wanted to stay in a casa particular. One, because as Americans, we're not supposed to stay in hotels because again, we're not going for tourism. So we were like, okay, we're gonna stay in someone's house because we wanna talk to the people and really immerse ourselves in the culture. That's the whole point. We definitely knew that we were not gonna stay in a hotel. So very easy. Literally booking a place to stay in Cuba was just like booking a place to stay anywhere in the world, the United States, anywhere. You just go search and then you go through the pictures, you find ones that you like, you just book it. It's like instant booking for most of them, and that's it. And they send you messages, they even give you like tips. I'll link down Airbnb because every single place that we chose was amazing, was just as described. It was my first time staying in Airbnbs, and we stayed at 4 different ones. Definitely recommend you guys booking that. I think it's way better than staying in a hotel. If you wanna, like I said, immerse yourself in the culture, that's just the way to go. We decided to stay in one of the main roads in La Habana called Obispo. It's in Old Havana, and it's a great location to stay at if you want to see all the major sites. In Varadero, it's so cute because it's a peninsula that comes out from Cuba, a body of water on each side. So one side is accessible beach. I think it's like 4 avenues. So it's a beach, Avenue 1, Avenue 2, Avenue 3, and the other body of water. We stay, I think, in Avenue 2. Even if you stay in Avenue 3, you're still gonna be close to the beach. In that place, we stayed in 1 room because the other places we had the entire apartment to ourselves. But in Varadero, there's not that many options to rent out the entire apartment. So we rented out a room in somebody's home, and it was so awesome, so beautiful. There's like chickens and roosters and animals all over walking around. It's like the cutest freaking town. And then that beach is so gorgeous. I can't even get over how gorgeous that is. Definitely go to Varadero. Do not miss out, and don't stay at all-inclusive. Stay at somebody's home. It's the best experience to do it that way. Trinidad is also small like Varadero, so really anywhere you stay within the center of Trinidad, you're gonna be close to all the major sites. We stayed in a street called Antonio Maceo, and it was so close to everything. Oh, we had the most beautiful Airbnb. It was like a really old home with really high ceilings and exposed beams. It was freaking gorgeous, and like I said, it was walkable to everything. That city is really, really, really walkable. You don't need a taxi to get around. So freaking gorgeous. Then we went back to La Habana. We stayed in a street called Lamparilla, which is also in Old Havana, and it's very close to all the major sites. Wherever you stay at, I know you guys are gonna have a great time, but if you do decide to stay at somebody's home, which is what I recommend, Airbnb all the way, casa particular, it's so safe. Don't be scared that it might not be safe. The apartment buildings, everyone has their door open. All the neighbors know each other and they all talk to each other. Everyone's so nice and welcoming. Literally, they treat you like you are their friend. I mean, we got there a little bit early to the first place we were staying at in La Habana, and literally the neighbors took us into their home while our hosts were coming back to the apartment to let us in. And they were so nice. We were just having conversations with them. Their hospitality is just, they set the bar. Same thing with Varadero. People's doors were always open, and the place where I saw it the most actually was Trinidad. We walked away from where most of the tourists stay, or where the main sightseeing spots were. We were walking around the whole town, and at night as well, and everybody's door was open. It's so safe, so don't be scared about staying in people's houses. So yes, go and tell me if you like it, and stay tuned for my next video, and I love you guys. Bye.